Everyone in their life at some point has told a lie, whether it was a good lie or a bad one. I want to focus on the good lies that we tell. From the little lies we tell our children to the more difficult lies we may have to tell. So, reading in the book, I came to find that we are morally justified in telling these lies, according to the theory of utilitarianism. So how can lying be morally justified? Well, I like to look at my own life and think about the little lies I tell my children. For example, we tell our children about Santa Claus or the Easter Bunny, little things like this, or the Tooth Fairy. Why am I telling them these lies? I'm telling them these lies to bring them happiness. In telling them these things, not only am I bringing happiness to myself, but I'm bringing happiness to them as well. And I think if I wasn't to tell them these things, I think to myself of all the things that we would be missing out on. However, not all of the lies we tell are little lies like that, are not fun lies. Some of the lies that have been told or that we do, they have greater consequences, some negative and some positive. I found a good example of some of the sacrifices people have to tell with their lies through a movie. The movie's called Summersby. And in Summersby, it's about a man who went to war and he's imprisoned during his war time. And in prison, he meets a man who looks just like him. They could be brothers. Well, I guess the man who's in prison with him, his name is Jack Summersby, he ends up dying. So this man takes over Jack Summersby's life, his identity. He goes to his town, or he goes to the town where Jack Summersby lives, and he pretends to be him. He gets with Jack's wife. Not only does he pretend to be Jack to her, but as far as the whole town is concerned, he is Jack Summersby. He helps the town by planting crops, tobacco crops, and he offers some land to the people of the town because their town is kind of not bankrupt, but it's almost bankrupt. It's a very poor town. So he's trying to help the people out. So these people help him farm his land, and by doing that, they're able to purchase the land after the crops are raised, and they get the money for it. Not only that, but he also has a daughter with or Jack Summersby's wife. Everything seems to be going very well with Jack, or the man that's playing like he is Jack, until some police officers come and tell him that he's under arrest for the murder of another man that supposedly the real Jack Summersby had killed in a card game. So now this man is faced with a big dilemma. He can either tell them that he's not the real Jack and get off scot-free and not die or lose his life because of it, or he can continue to be Jack Summersby. Well, why would he want to continue to be Jack Summersby if he's going to lose his life? This is where the act of utilitarianism comes into play. He looks at the greater good of the community. By acting that he is still Jack Summersby, all of these people that he's promised land to, his daughter, all of these things he's thinking about will come into play if he is not to say that he is the real Jack Summersby. They won't be worth anything. The people won't get their land. His daughter will be considered an illegitimate child. There's all these bad things that he's thinking, and he doesn't want that for his family or his friends. So he makes the ultimate sacrifice, and he gives his life for the ones he loves. He did the greater good for the majority, and I think that's a wonderful example. He was a very honorable man in that way. So I think that the consequences that he brought to the town were positive ones. The positives definitely outweighed the negative. He had made some mistakes in his past, but I think that he did the right thing. I feel that by telling these lies, whether they're little lies or like in the story of Jack Summersby, a little bit more major, I don't feel by telling these lies that we are bad people. Because when we tell them we are doing the good things for other people, we're bringing happiness or positive consequences to the majority. I feel that we're morally justified because we're telling them to benefit others. We are not only thinking of ourselves, but of other people, and that is what really matters.